Hey guys, today we're gonna do a spotlight on Brookberry Farm. It's one of Winston-Salem's most sought after subdivisions. We're here in the back down by the pond. You've got the playground here, you've got the community pool, which is huge. You've got a fitness center, you've got the barn, you've got the manor house. There's so many different amenities within this neighborhood and a huge variety of different homes as well. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go check it out right now. All right, so I think one of the major things if you are going to move out to Brookberry Farm, the reason you're doing it is because you want a lifestyle. This is part of their clubhouse here. You can see we got the wood burning fireplace out back. You got plenty of places to entertain inside if you're having some sort of a community event. Check out your views from up here. You're overlooking the rest of the neighborhood. You know, this is really just, like I said, it's all about a lifestyle and upscale experience. You've got the barn over here as well, which you're gonna have community events and things like that hosted out here during the summer, barbecues and stuff like that. You know, Emily mentioned something about that when we did our model tour of her new home over there on 481 Brookberry Farm Circle. If you're curious about that, what new construction looks like in this neighborhood, I absolutely think you should check out the link for that. It's in the description below. And you see here just more outdoor areas to gather. As we're coming into the springtime here, like right now we are at almost 70 degrees here today in February. A reason again to move to North Carolina. Can't tell you that enough. This is just a beautiful area of the country to move to. But again, through here, you've got some outdoor dining space. You see they've got some cornhole tables folded up over here. Just a place for you to gather with your neighbors, enjoy some quiet time here in the middle of the summer and that, you know, it's all covered. You got your fans to keep you cool, burn some fires in the wintertime and in the fall. And as well, connected to the amenities here, you've got a full fitness center. So if you know, your New Year's resolutions were to get fit and to stay in shape, you've got a whole fitness center here, you know, free weights, machines, anything you can think of. And it's all included with your HOA. And I know some of you may go to your own gym because you got your trainer and everything else. To have all this right within the neighborhood, that's a pretty nice perk as well. So you've got a full fitness center, you've got a clubhouse to entertain your family and guests when they come into town, you've got the barn and some outdoor dining as well. We already showed you the pond, the pool, tennis courts, everything in the back, which is just, this is what this is all about. You don't have to leave the neighborhood unless you want to. Obviously, you got to go out to do some shopping and groceries and things of that nature. But you have this whole green space here maintained by the HOA as well. You want to come out, you know, throw the football around, get the dog chasing a ball, just let your kids go nuts, go ham, wear themselves out. How beautiful is that? To have this, and again, in an area where you don't have to maintain it. The HOA is going to take care of it for you. You don't have to have the biggest yard in the world. You can go ahead and let somebody else take care of it. And you know, HOAs, we're talking about, there's a lot of things included here, including all the different amenities that you could tap into. Initially, $1,600 might give you a little bit of sticker shock. I don't think that really is the case when you're looking to buy a home in here where most of the price points are in and around $1 million. You can get, you know, patio homes with a smaller lot, yard care included. Your HOA is going to be higher in that case because they're maintaining your lawn as well. But you get at those price points for mid-5s to 6. But for most of the custom homes within this neighborhood have all sorts of different detail features, gourmet kitchens, you know, it's the high life. So as we talk about what's available here in Brookberry Farm, you can start off with the patio homes in that $500,000 to $600,000 area. As I mentioned, closer to 6 is really going to be more realistic. A lot of those have been built by Eisenhower Homes. Your HOA is going to be a little steeper in those areas of the community though as well, because they're maintaining your exterior, mowing your lawn for you, taking care of all that good stuff. The neighborhood in general, HOAs are going to be in the neighborhood of $1,600 a year, which is going to include everything you see here that we just walked through. Your fitness center, the barn, you've got the manor house, you have the ponds in the back, the tennis courts, the pool, anything you can really think of for your day-to-day life outside of your shopping and things like that are right here inside the community. So day-to-day, you don't really have to leave here too often unless you really just want to. You can invite your friends over here, toss the football, have a good time out in this green space, go inside, get a workout, then, you know, go sit down next to one of the fireplaces and just sit down and enjoy a chat with a glass of wine or coffee, something like that. This is designed to provide as much comfort to you without having to go out and find that in some other place around town. Now, where can we go on the other end of the spectrum? We've already shown you some new construction. If you haven't looked at it yet, check out this video with Emily Dunlap at 41 Brookberry Farm Circle. It is an amazing custom home built by Nevin Builders, listed at just over $1.5 million, and that's quite common for the larger, more custom homes in this neighborhood. You can spend that. And why are prices that high? I'm sure people are wondering that. Because it is Winston-Salem, it's way above our mean here. Well, quite honestly, because there's a demand for it. This neighborhood continues to sell. You're within about 15 minutes of downtown. We're out here, we're in the Meadowlark School District for elementary and middle school. We're in Reagan High School. You've also got some different options at private schools if you wanted to. A lot of people will send their kids to Forsyth Country Day, but it's in a highly sought after area. It's very country-like setting. Getting out here is some very beautiful drives. But then you get in here and you've got a very nice, tight-knit community. You're gonna see a lot of people with families, dogs, very active community here within it. And that's what all the amenities are for, to take care of, once you factor in, well, I don't really play golf, but I want to join a private club. So I've got the pool and I've got the weight room and I've got everything else. I can guarantee you that's way more than $1,600 a year. So instead of having to go out and join those private clubs, you're getting everything you need right here within your own neighborhood. That is sort of who this neighborhood, in my mind, is designed for. Those who are looking for all the different luxuries and don't want to have to go to a bunch of different places to find everything. It's right here where you live. So as we're coming through Brookberry Farm today, one thing you'll find out if you come visit here is there are so many different areas to this neighborhood. There's more than 12 sections of the neighborhood that are planned. I believe they're in phase 9 or 10 at the moment. But like we mentioned, you do have the patio homes where you can start off between $500,000 to $600,000. And then you also have the more custom homes that are going to cost you $1 million plus. And you can spend $2 million or more depending on what you're looking for. But you'll find a lot of very large, primarily brick and hardy board homes, and got all the sorts of bells and whistles that you could ever want as far as features go. As we're coming through the front of the neighborhood here, and we just came from the entrance, this is that large green space that I was talking about that is maintained by the HOA here. And that's gonna lead up to the clubhouse and the barn for you there as well. So you're gonna have access to all of that. And then one of the other great things about Brookberry, in addition to the amenities, is that even though these homes are not widely spaced out, you've got enough room though for some privacy. And in the back, if you want to go for a walk and sort of decompress a little bit, you've got all these great water features, these ponds back here that let you feel as if you're amongst nature. There's tons of different walking sidewalks and paths throughout here as well, to if you want to get out and work on your fitness and just sort of decompress from whatever you were dealing with at work that day. That's easy for you to do. You're not going to have a ton of through traffic here in this neighborhood. Pretty much most of the people that are in here live here, and so you can see some of that water here that we're coming up on, the pond there on the left hand side. If you're from North Carolina here, a lot of people will call that a lake. To me, that is a large pond, but that's up for debate. Let me know in the comments, you call that a lake or a pond. To me, if it's not at least 50 acres in size, I call it a pond. Tons of different water features for you. You can see the sidewalk going all the way down the water. And we all know what the sort of effect the water has on us. Usually gets us to calm down, release some stress, drop those cortisol levels a little bit. So that's good for everybody. As he mentioned, location-wise, we're kind of near Louisville and Clemens. We're still within Winston-Salem city limits. To get to downtown Winston from here, you're looking at 15 minutes or so. The local middle and high school, middle and elementary school, Meadowlark, is just down the street. I mean, we are right off of Meadowlark Road here coming into the neighborhood. So you are going to be just a few minutes from where your kids are going to school, more than likely, if you have younger kids. The negative of that I will say is that Meadowlark is still just a 2-lane road. They've got a couple different turn areas in there, but with how much this neighborhood is expanding, plus you've got the school traffic there, different times of the day, you're gonna run into some traffic issues here. When you're going back out on Meadowlark, you're gonna run into school drop-offs, pickups, work getting in and out. There's gonna be quite a backup at times. But aside from those couple small times throughout the day, it's not an issue. So just adjust your travel schedule accordingly if you can. And as you see here, now we're entering in another part of the neighborhood, homes are a little closer together now. And so you have a lot of different variety within this community, and the styles of the homes vary as well. So if you're not looking for as much maintenance, you might settle on something like this where you can have the HOA help you with your yard care, and you pay just a little bit more of a fee for your HOA each month, but the home itself will be a little less expensive on that end. You can see they tuck the garages behind the homes, so you're just getting this super cute little cottagey feel, not having that garage forward facing. So again, as we mentioned, you know, lots of different community amenities throughout here. This is perfect for nights during the summer. You want to have a gathering, do a small barbecue, a movie night, something like this. You've got this green space, even though you have the smaller lots over in this section of the neighborhood. You've got this to enjoy right across from your yard instead of you having to maintain it. Let the HOA take care of this for you. It's there when you want it. And when you don't want it, you don't have to worry about it. So that's one of the great things about being in a community like this, being a master plan community. There's not a ton of them in our area, so it's unique in its own right. Now, as we head back out of the area we were just in, where we saw smaller lots and more of a cottage type of feel, this is more typical for what, you know, I think of when I think of Brookberry Farm. You got bigger brick homes spaced out. Now, like I mentioned, regardless of what section you are in the neighborhood, you're still getting access to all those wonderful Brookberry amenities that we've mentioned, including the pool, weight room, fitness center, I should say, the barn, the manor house, everything like that is all, you know, regardless of what section of the neighborhood you decide to live in, those are going to be available to you. What's the size of this neighborhood, right? Like, you know, as we're riding through here, you can tell there's quite a few homes. We are certainly going to end up with over 1,000 homes here in this area. And I think that's part of the reason why, you know, we're getting a little bit more traffic on Meadowlark, as we mentioned, because we have everybody sending their kids to school there. And then we have the traffic from this community as well. And I'm sure DOT is working on that, and that's going to continue to improve. And as I mentioned, it's really only an issue during certain times of the day. But these are more of what I would consider your typical homes here in Brookberry when you're looking at single family. Still seeing a lot of variety from house to house. You're not going to be able to put up the exact same thing as your neighbor. That's not what this place was designed to be. It is not a cookie cutter, slap them up and move on. These are all built by some of the best builders in the area. You're gonna find people like Mitchco Construction, Veritas, Nevin Builders, the list goes on and on, Tate Rice. So lots of great different custom builders in throughout this community. There are so many different unique features home to home in this neighborhood that whatever you are picturing in your mind, they can bring it to life. And those are the what the custom homes in here are made for, right? This is not just, I'm coming in off the street, I'm not quite sure if I want this neighborhood, I'm just gonna buy it anyway. These are designed from the ground up to be exactly what you want them to be for yourself and your family. So as we continue on through Brookberry Farm, you're gonna see as we enter in the newer stages of this, there's still plenty of construction going on at the moment. There's gonna be lots of new opportunities. They're opening up different phases of this as well. So if the home that you're looking for is not here just yet, like I mentioned, all the builders here are fantastic. They really are the creme de la creme of this area. So they can take whatever you're picturing and bring it to life, but there's gonna be plenty more opportunities for you. If you really just love the neighborhood but haven't found the house that's for you just yet, don't give up. There's gonna be more options coming. As you can see here, we've got entire roads that are not open yet. They're just gravel at the moment. And we're gonna take this this down here just a little bit to show you that there's plenty of other opportunities coming. They're just not ready for sale just yet. You can see this was some beautiful land back here. As I mentioned, throughout the entire neighborhood, they're gonna continue to deliver a very high-end product. So there's no concerns there, but there's gonna be something that'll work for everyone in this community, and you're all gonna get access to those amenities tucked back in here in the back. You know, yeah, if you started construction here pretty soon, right, you're gonna have to live through some construction in the neighborhood as they continue to build it out around you. But if you're near the back of the neighborhood, you know, we're gonna come into a cul-de-sac here. Further back you get in the neighborhood, probably the less traffic you have to worry about others coming through here. So back in this area of the neighborhood might be a little bit more private for you if that's what you're looking for. So this is all sort of in the works now to put the infrastructure and everything in to make this happen. But these will be rolled out over time and are gonna, become some beautiful homes as they're constructed. So as I mentioned, we do have patio homes within Brookberry Farm as well. This is still all going to be governed by the same HOA. Obviously, there's different specific requirements for the covenants for each section, but you are still going to be bound by the HOA. Everything's going to have to go through your architectural review committee as to whether you can make certain improvements to your house, things like that. The HOA is going to have a say in that. But all these homes back here, you're not going to have to worry about any of your lawn care or anything like that. That's going to be taken care of through your dues. And so you're going to find these homes to be a little bit more modest, slab construction primarily. A lot of these were done with Eisenhower homes. It is to provide maintenance-free living for you. Thanks for coming along on a tour of Brookberry Farm with me today. As you can see from the heavy equipment behind me, there are still plenty of new construction options available for you if this is a road you're interested in going down. If I can help you at all with your home search in Brookberry Farm or somewhere else around Winston-Salem, give me a call, 336-582-9210, or shoot me an email, joel@sandmanrealtync.com. Make sure to click the bell for further notifications, subscribe so you make sure you're getting all of our content, and look for us every Sunday afternoon. Thanks a lot. I'll see you in the next video.